Welcome to Lento English, ready to level up your English. Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
1. Introduction. Welcome to this guide about studying in Canada. This book will help you understand how to become an international student in this country. We will look at the full journey, from when you first think about studying here until after you finish your program. Canada is a popular place for students from other countries. It offers good education and many different programs at universities and colleges. People like Canada because it has many cultures and beautiful nature. It is a welcoming place for new students. In the next chapters, we will cover many important topics. Chapter 2 will explain how to find the right school for you in Canada. Chapter 3 will guide you through the application process. After that, Chapter 4 will tell you about getting your study permit, which you need to live and learn here. We will also talk about the money side. Chapter 5 will discuss how much studying and living in Canada costs. Chapter 6 will describe daily life for students, including housing and what a typical day is like. Chapter 7 will explain the rules for working part-time while you study. Finally, Chapter 8 will look at your future options after you graduate, like staying in Canada for work. This guide aims to make your plan to study in Canada clear and easy to understand. We hope it helps you prepare for this exciting new step. 2. Finding a school in Canada. To begin your study journey in Canada, finding the right school is a very important first step. Canada has many excellent schools. They offer different types of education. It is good to understand these differences to choose the best one for you. There are two main types of schools for higher education: universities and colleges. Universities usually offer degree programs. These include bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees. They focus on deeper academic study and research. Students at universities learn theories and often do their own research projects. Colleges, on the other hand, often offer diplomas, certificates, and sometimes associate degrees. They usually focus on practical skills and training for specific jobs. Many college programs are shorter than university programs. Both universities and colleges provide high-quality education, but they prepare students for different paths. To find a program, you should start your research online. Most schools have their own websites. On these websites, you can find a lot of information. Look for the programs or admissions sections. You can see all the courses offered, what you will learn, and how long the program takes. Read the program descriptions carefully to see if they match your interests and career goals. It is also important to check the entry requirements for each program. Some programs need specific high school subjects or certain grades. There are also general websites that list many schools and programs across Canada. These websites can help you compare different options easily. Canada is a large country with 10 provinces and 3 territories. Each province has its own education system. This means that schools in different provinces might have slightly different rules or ways of teaching. For example, a university in Ontario might offer a program that is a little different from a similar program in British Columbia. Also, the cost of living and the local culture can change from one province to another. When choosing a school, it is helpful to learn about the province where it is located. Think about the weather, the people, and the type of environment you would like to live in. To choose the best school, think about your goals. What do you want to study? What job do you want later? Make sure the program teaches you useful skills. Also, think about the school's location. Do you like big cities or quiet towns? Consider the school's size. Some schools are large, others are small. Check if the school has clubs or activities you like. Taking time to research these points will help you find the right school for your future in Canada. 3. How to apply to a school. Applying to a school in Canada is an important step. It needs careful planning. First, you need to know that the way you apply can be different. Some provinces in Canada have a central system. This means you can apply to many schools in that province using one application website. Other schools or provinces ask you to apply directly to their website. You will fill out a form for each school you want to attend. Always check the school's website for their specific rules. When you apply, you need to prepare some important papers. One main paper is your academic records. These are like reports from your old schools. They show your grades and what subjects you studied. You must send copies of these records. Sometimes you need to send official copies directly from your old school. Make sure these records are in English or French. If they are in another language, you must get them translated. Another important step is to show your language skills. Most schools in Canada teach in English or French. If your first language is not English or French, you will need to take a language test. Common tests for English are IELTS and TOEFL. These tests check how well you can read, write, listen, and speak in English. For French, there are other tests. You need to get a good score on these tests. Each school has a minimum score you must achieve. Check the school's website to see what score they need. After you have your academic records and language test scores ready, you can start the application form. Most applications are done online. You will create an account on the school's website or the central application system. Then you will fill in your personal information, like your name and address. You will also write about your education history and the program you want to study. You will need to upload your documents, such as your academic records and language test results. Make sure all your documents are clear and easy to read. After filling everything out, you will usually pay an application fee. This fee is different for each school. Once you pay, you can submit your application. It is important to submit your application before the deadline. Deadlines are important dates when applications must be sent. After you submit, you will wait for the school to send you a letter. This letter will tell you if you are accepted or not. This whole process takes time, so start early. 4. Getting your permit to study. To study in Canada, you will need a special document called a study permit. This permit allows you to attend a school in Canada for your chosen program. It is very important to get this permit before you travel to Canada. Without it, you cannot start your studies. The first step to getting your study permit is to receive an acceptance letter from a Canadian school. This school must be a designated learning institution, or DLI. A DLI is a college or university that the Canadian government has approved to host international students. If your school is not a DLI, you cannot get a study permit for it. So make sure the school you choose is on the DLI list. Once you have your acceptance letter from a DLI, you can begin your application for the study permit. You can apply for this permit in two main ways. You can apply online through the official government website, or you can apply in person at a visa application center in your home country. Both options require you to submit several important documents. Some of the documents you will need include your official acceptance letter from the DLI and a valid passport. Your passport must be valid for the entire time you plan to study in Canada. Another very important part of your application is showing proof that you have enough money. This money must cover your tuition fees for your first year of study and your living expenses while you are in Canada. For living expenses, a single student must show they have at least 22,895 Canadian dollars. This amount is for your living costs and is in addition to your first year of tuition fees. This rule for the amount of money begins on September 1, 2025. This money shows the government that you can support yourself without needing to work too much or having financial problems during your studies. Finally, depending on your country of origin, or if you have lived in certain countries for a period of time, you may also need to have a medical exam. This exam ensures that you are in good health. The government will tell you if a medical exam is needed for your application. It is important to follow all instructions carefully to make sure your study permit application is successful. 5. The cost of living and study. Studying in Canada means you need to plan for costs. It is important to know about tuition fees and daily living expenses. This helps you get ready financially for your time in Canada. First, let's talk about tuition fees. This is the money you pay for your classes. The amount can be different based on the school and the program you choose. For international students, university undergraduate programs usually cost about $36,100 each year. If you are a graduate student, the average tuition is around $21,100 annually. College programs often have lower fees. They can range from about $7,000 to $22,000 per year. Next, you need to think about living expenses. These are the costs for your daily life, like where you live, what you eat, and how you travel. On average, an international student might spend between $1,900 and $2,200 each month on these things. Accommodation is usually the biggest cost. If you live on campus in a school dormitory, it can cost between $8,000 and $10,000 Canadian dollars for 1 year. Living off campus, for example, in a shared apartment can be cheaper. This might be from $400 to $700 Canadian dollars per month. These prices can change depending on the city and the type of housing. Food is another important expense. For groceries and meals, you might spend between $400 and $700 Canadian dollars each month. How much you spend depends on your eating habits and if you cook at home or eat out often. For transportation, many students use public transport like buses or trains. A monthly pass for students usually costs between $80 and $150 Canadian dollars. This helps you travel to school and around the city. It is good to remember that living costs are not the same everywhere in Canada. Big cities like Toronto or Vancouver often have higher costs for housing and daily needs compared to smaller towns. Your personal lifestyle also affects how much money you need. To manage your money well, it is a good idea to create a budget. A budget helps you track your income and all your expenses. Write down how much money you have and where it goes each month. This way you can plan for your tuition, living costs, and save some money. Having a clear budget helps you feel more secure and enjoy your study experience in Canada. 6. Daily life in Canada. Living in Canada as a student means experiencing a new daily routine. Your days will be busy and full of new experiences. This chapter will help you understand what daily life might be like. First, let's look at where students live. There are several choices for accommodation. Many first-year students choose university dormitories. These are rooms on campus, often shared with another student. Living in a dormitory is convenient because it is close to classes and campus facilities. It is also a good way to meet new friends. Another choice is off-campus housing. This often means renting a shared apartment with other students. Shared apartments can offer more independence. Some students choose a homestay, living with a Canadian family. A homestay can help students practice English or French and learn about Canadian culture. A typical day for a student in Canada usually starts with classes. Students attend lectures, labs, and tutorials. Lectures are large classes with a professor. Labs are for practical work, especially in science. Tutorials are smaller group sessions for discussion and questions. After classes, many students study. The university library is a popular place for studying, with many books and quiet areas. Students also work on group projects or attend study sessions. Campus life is an important part of the student experience. Canadian universities and colleges have many facilities. You can find gyms for exercise, student centers for relaxing, and cafes. There are also many student clubs and groups. These groups organize different activities, from sports to cultural events. Joining a club is a great way to meet people and make new friends. It helps students feel connected to their school. Canada is known for being a multicultural country. People from all over the world live there. As an international student, you will meet many people from different backgrounds. This makes daily life interesting and helps you learn new things. Universities often have groups for international students. These groups organize events that celebrate cultures and help new students adjust. This diverse environment offers a rich learning experience. Life as a student in Canada is a mix of academic studies and social activities. It offers chances to learn, grow, and make lasting memories. 7. Working as a student. Many international students choose to work while they study in Canada. This can help them pay for their living costs and gain valuable work experience. To work, students must have a valid study permit. This permit allows them to work both on campus and off campus. During the regular school year, there are rules about how many hours students can work. If you are an eligible student, you can work up to 24 hours per week off campus. This means you cannot work more than 24 hours in 1 week when classes are in session. This rule helps students focus on their studies. When there are scheduled school breaks like the long summer holiday or the winter break, the rules change. During these times, students can work full-time. This means they can work more than 24 hours per week. This is a good chance to earn more money and get more work experience. There are many common types of jobs that students often do. These jobs can be in places like retail stores, where you might help customers or organize products. Many students also find work in restaurants, perhaps serving food or helping in the kitchen. On-campus jobs are also popular. You could work in the school library, at the bookstore, or in other campus services. These jobs are often flexible and understand a student's schedule. Some students also work in coffee shops as tutors or in administrative support roles. These jobs help students practice their English or French and meet new people. Before you can start working in Canada, you need to get a special number called a Social Insurance Number, or SIN. The SIN is a 9-digit number that the government gives you. It is important for working in Canada. Your employer will need this number for your pay and for tax purposes. You can apply for a SIN at a Service Canada office. Make sure you have your study permit and passport when you go. Working as a student offers more than just money. It also gives you important work experience that can be useful for your future career. You can learn new skills, improve your language abilities, and understand Canadian workplace culture. It also helps you meet local people and feel more connected to your new community. It is important for students to find a good balance between their studies and their work. School is your main reason for being in Canada. Make sure your job does not stop you from doing well in your classes. Planning your time carefully can help you manage both your studies and your work responsibilities successfully. Working part-time can be a rewarding part of your student life in Canada. 8. Your future after school. After you finish your studies in Canada, there are often good chances to stay. Many international students hope to work and live in Canada after they graduate. This chapter will explain the important steps and opportunities for your future after school. It is an exciting part of your journey. One main way to stay and work is through the Post-Graduation Work Permit, often called a PGWP. This special permit allows you to work in Canada after you complete your study program. If you successfully graduated from an eligible program at a designated learning institution, you might be able to apply for this permit. With a PGWP, you have a lot of freedom. You can work for almost any employer in Canada. You are not limited to one specific type of job or company. This lets you explore different career paths. The length of your PGWP usually matches how long your study program was. For example, if you studied for 2 years, your PGWP could also be valid for 2 years. The longest a PGWP can be is 3 years, even if your program was longer. To be eligible for this permit, your study program must have been at least 8 months long. Shorter courses or certificates may not qualify you for a PGWP. Applying for a PGWP is an important step you take after receiving your final grades and confirmation of graduation from your school. This permit gives you valuable time to find a job and begin your professional life in Canada. Working in Canada after you graduate is very beneficial. This is known as gaining Canadian work experience. This experience helps you learn new skills and grow in your chosen field. It can also help you understand how workplaces operate in Canada. You will meet new people, build professional connections, and improve your English or French language skills in a work setting. This kind of experience is highly valued. It makes your resume stronger. It is valuable whether you plan to stay in Canada long-term or return to your home country. It shows you have worked in an international environment. For many international students, the PGWP and the work experience you gain are key steps towards staying in Canada permanently. Canada has several different immigration programs. These programs are designed to help skilled workers, especially those who have Canadian work experience, become permanent residents. A permanent resident has the right to live, work, and study anywhere in Canada. They have most of the same rights and responsibilities as Canadian citizens. For example, they can access health care and social services. So working after graduation is not only about earning money or starting a career. It is also a way to show the Canadian government that you can contribute to the country's economy and society. This pathway can lead to a new life and a chance to build a long-term future in Canada for you and your family. It is important to research these immigration programs. The official Canadian government website provides detailed information about all the options and requirements. Planning your future after school is a big and exciting step. The opportunities available after graduation make studying in Canada a very attractive choice for many international students who dream of a future here.